Good morning, guys. Welcome to Madden for Dummies with Big Hurt. This is going to be tutorial number 2, and I'm going to be bringing you guys Nickel Blitz 2 out of Nickel Normal. Now, this particular blitz, you have to have Nickel Normal. It will not work out a Nickel 2-4-5, and it will not work out a Nickel Even, or 2-4-5 Even. So you want Nickel Normal, and what you want is you want fast ends. So you can either, the ideal would be to have people like Khalil Mack on one end and Clowney on the other end, guys with good speed and high block shed, as well as strength. If you can't afford those type of players, you can always just get some nice ends with high block shed as well. This blitzing cornerback, you want him to be really fast. If he has some hit power added to it, that would be perfect. And then you're going to user this linebacker here. And this linebacker you also want, he's going to be a blitzing and a coverage linebacker. So you want a combination of both. Someone with high block shed but decent coverage or decent speed. And that's how you want to set up the personnel. So again, it's Nickel Normal. It's going to be Nickel Blitz 2. Okay, so the basic setup, the setup most people run here is they base a line and they press, and then so they base a line and then they press, and then they hover. Usually they use this guy here, and they'll hover right here, and they'll put this guy, this end into a flat, the right screen end into a flat, and then they'll usually put the defensive tackle into a spy. And you can change that up. You can man them up. You can put them in different kind of zones. You can mess around with it. And then they'll hover right here. And then they'll usually crash towards the blitz. So they'll shift your line left and then crash left. And then, so that's the basics. This is a basic setup that everyone's running. Then they'll hover in one of these two spots here. So we'll go ahead and just run it as is, see if it comes in, and she does. She comes in nice and hot. Now, the way I've been running it, and this ain't a blitz I created. This is something I've seen people running in the online tournaments. So this is just my take on it, and I don't know if this is exactly how they run it, but this is how I've been running it. So basically, it's base a line, press, crash up, and shift your linebackers to the right. And the linebacker will drop down here. So what I'm going to do here is, again, we'll put the right of screen end into a flat, and then we'll put the defensive tackle into a spy. So same setup. So this is basically the same setup. It might not come in quite as hot. We're going to see here. So the linebacker did kind of come out and pick it up, but he does, or the running back. However, he did end up coming in there with the block shed. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that one more time. Now, in online play, that running back is not going to be able to pick up this blitz. I don't know why it's different in practice mode. So we'll just run it here, and he gets the block shed. Usually, he's not going to be able to get there. But then, now if you guys rewind this and look at the coverage, again, I didn't user my linebacker there. But obviously you're going to be usering him and covering someone as well. And the coverage is going to be pretty decent here. If you can see, Gronk's not really open until, and then if I'll probably be using on that middle guy there. So the coverage is really good because you're only rushing 3. But the great thing about this blitz, now the great thing about this blitz is it's symmetrical and you can send it from both sides. So we're going to base a line, press, crash up, shift your linebackers right, and you're going to do that for every time you set this up. This is where it gets a little bit different. Now, I want to send it, instead of sending it from the left side, I want to send it from the right side here. So we're going to blitz the right of screen linebacker, and then we're going to man up or put my blitzing cornerback on the left side. We're going to man him up. The end on the left of screen this time and the left defensive tackle are the ones we're going to put in zones. Man pressure from the right. Okay, so this is 3-man pressure from the right. It's the same exact setup, just we're blitzing from the total opposite side. So we'll go ahead and press X, and you can see the heat come in. So let's take a look at that replay. And the fantastic thing about this blitz is it looks exactly the same. It looks exactly the same setup, but you're bringing the pressure from total different areas. As you can see, comes in hot. Someone's going to get through there. You know, either your linebacker or your end is going to squeeze through there. So, and then there's actually a third way you can do this if you wanted to get really aggressive. So again, the basic setup that you're going to do every play: base of the line, press, shift your linebackers to the right, crash up. Okay. So now this is a basic setup. Now what we're going to do, let's send it from both sides. So let's send it here, and then we could we could choose one of the ends here, or you could just send them all, you know, or maybe put one of the tackles. So here you're going to send 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to send 5 instead of 3. All right, and this pressure is going to come in hot, and we'll send 5. And there we go. This time the heat comes in a little bit quicker. Now your coverage ain't going to be as great, obviously. All right, so let's do it once from each side. We'll do it 3 more. So base of line, press, crash up, shift your linebackers to the right, and then so we're going to put the right screen end into a zone, and we're going to spy the right defensive tackle. Trying to show you the setup. So there's a setup. Right of screen in a zone, right of screen end. You can also man up the linebacker. You guys can mess around with the coverages however you want. So then we'll go ahead and just hover here, hold an L2, and then watch the heat come in. So there we go. So we'll show it slow-mo from the left side. Showing it from the left side here as the cornerback cuts inside. Boom. And then we'll show it again from the right side. And again, like I said, you can send it from both sides if you want to. Base of line, press, shift your line, crash up, shift your linebackers to the right. Now you're going to blitz the right of screen linebacker, and you're going to man up or put him in a zone, the blitzing cornerback on the left, and then we'll put him into a flat, and we'll put the defensive tackle into a spy. So same setup. This time it's just you're sending it from the opposite side, and you're zoning out the ends and the tackle on the left side instead of the right. So again, sit in here, hold L2, and it should come in hot from the right side this time. And there it is. And again, the best thing about this blitz is it's coming from 2 different sides. You don't know which side to block, but it looks the same every time. So that is a tutorial for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back in a week or so with another tutorial or maybe a game of the week.